No, I don't want to leave Peroski's hanging in this meat grinder here for the after action report for today. Well, some people would. It would come up. I like the whole principle. I like being able to pull it through. Seems like Sunday I might get some openings. I get to open up with some of the Cowboys. I'm not ready for the locals yet. I'm not ready for that kind of responsibility, but one day, maybe I'll get there. Get them their coffee and then come in, Clark. Well, hopefully he's cool with it running sevens like that, because I should be able to take a big load off of it. And maybe I'm hoping we'll see how it plays. If it's not like 3 to 5 times a week, because then it's not the same thing and it's consistently a pain in the ass. But if it stays like this kind of system, maybe I can just take one of those mornings off and I can plan it. Like, it's been crazy last week and I'm totally crazy. Take an extra day off. Well, money coming in. Like, well, it goes about overclocking machinery again. Getting the calc wrong. Well, having experiments like Quickway handy, but you're just on the other side of glass and can't touch it. It's like, I get most of them to get it, and it wouldn't take very long, but you need dozers and equipment to be doing dozers and equipment stuff a little bit of the time. In my position, you start taking about that. Sometimes it's like 35 spread across 5 days is still doing it, but it's actually the heavy index on one side of a type of math, but the low index on another one. But I'm coming in with a pretty soft job. I mean, scrubbing windows ain't really nothing. I mean, I can get there in the Hancock house where my arm is tired at the end of the night after hitting all the windows. Between customers, up and down, grab the vacuum, go to town, and shovel in there. Well, I mean, hopefully I shouldn't need too much about the board, and I'm trying to stay away from grading because that's somebody else's department over there, and I need to know the letters on the numbers of the cicada function, and that's about it. Without knowing the cut, cutters are going to be better than graders. Let me rephrase that. Cutters kind of got to beat graders because even if I can't tell after the bark's gone and whether it was cored right down the center, right down the perfect cut of that thing. And then who's to say that was the perfect cut? Maybe there was some lumpy, ugly turd and they caught it on the back end. I don't know. I have no clue. But there's the board that all the graders do, and that's what that does. It's kind of thing with cutters, and cutters are machinists and mechanics and everything else that you got to be for taking care of the old blue. And terminal brakes, we all die. I mean, most people that are there that run the equipment are going to have a hard time cracking it out. Now, I'm not saying the guy over there, Mike, he can handle Arduinos and stuff like that, but we can't touch any of this. We can't crack this bad puppy open and make it do bells and whistles unless I'm about to run that camera from the desk, because I do the same thing as Stone Mill as a safety officer. I got to be able to do this outsourced. If you want the contract with me, IMA, that's what I'll do it for you. And if you give me an office, I'll stack you some fucking board. Why not? Cover the difference, but keep the gravity. I know you'd love to fucking have me, Craig. That's fair. I mean, most of those, whether I like to admit it, I remember I'm last one in, first one out. It's an old rule. If you follow it, it's what saves the place from burning to the ground at the end of it. That's the number. You kind of got to deal with it. Doesn't matter age. You're over 18, blind, crippled, or crazy, and putting out numbers. From that point, you make numbers. So if I'm turned off going, hopefully for something decent that they can give me for spots and hours on that and turn it into a thing, well, that's great. And that's on the light end. Kind of have to stand behind the counter, but it's a hard job to figure out which rotating ding, Pavlov, dog, start to come back out and look. You can't go back in the cooler because they're out there. That's in there. The window for redoing that is stop and start, go in there. So boards work the same way too when you're clicking out guys, right? So Mike and Chris are out in front and they let the 11s and the 8s and the 7s slide. So which one's which on the grab, because I'm free man handy, not grabbing board where the distance and the time to walk this to walk that pulls it the shoulder out of socket to get it into the system. That's quite a bit of an arbitrage for the plasticity of shear force is snapping the skid steer bolt. Otherwise, it is easy. And it's kind of dry. It's nice. Board, not very dusty. It's nice and you can handle the winter, you'd be fine. Well, the truth of the matter is they could give you minimum wage. Outsource it enough, Paul Bunyan.
All right, it's that time of the morning. Let's get down to the New York Stock Exchange, check in with Jim Cramer. Jim, what do you think about the market's turn this morning, the news we got from Merck?
Look, I think it's real. I was going back and forth with Dr. Topol, who's one of my experts. He's been on Mad Money a bunch of times. It is a game changer, and that's absolutely terrific. We did have, by the way, Ron Klain saying
this cleans up. This is what I get for being
numbers
an
are down
asshole.
25%, so we're going to see the airlines roll.
I feel you.
And
I feel you.
Look, it is great news because what we have to do is we have to get away from the idea that you're going to the hospital if you're not vaccinated.
Lick somebody and
even
come
if we
out
don't want to
on top.
necessarily
Roll and shit. Come out smelling like
vaccine.
roses.
This is the game changer we've been looking for. And so Merck, while up 6, can conceivably go higher. I don't like the rest of Merck's portfolio other than its cancer
there's a kid like me
portfolio.
Out there.
But
you figure
know
it
what?
out, you'll make a lot of money.
This is very, very important.
Probably worth pointing out to people that it has not even been approved by the FDA yet for EUA, emergency use authorization, and it's going to be a while before it's widely available, so don't go thinking that this is going to save you tomorrow, but great news overall for what this means eventually for really getting COVID under control.
You see my new parents?
Remember, the Regeneron drip is amazing right now, but that is considered to be obviously laborious versus the pill. Our country likes pills, not drips. I'm thrilled that Merck is doing this. David Faber's been concentrating this forever. But again, Merck is way underperformed. So if you bought some Merck here and if it came in, you could buy more Merck. It's a very good company with a very good balance sheet. It just has underperformed like a lot of other drug stocks, including Bristol. But Bristol does not have anything like what Merck is bringing. And I know David's very excited because we do have an interview.
Right.
David's right here. We have an interview with the people who are really doing it.
Look, the partners who made it.
It's a phenomenal company that actually did it. But it doesn't matter. I mean, look, Pfizer, we can say they never did it, and Pfizer is the one that gets credit. So what matters to us is that it seems like it really does work, and that is very exciting.
It is.
I asked
hey, Jim, I know that this is a big day for you. We've got the announcement of the CNBC Investing Club. We talked a little bit about it earlier, and I know you're going to talk about more of this coming up on Squawk on the Street. I don't want to steal your thunder, but I'm hoping you can give us a little bit of a tease.
Well, look, I will do something that I think that everybody at home really needs, which is offer transparent decisions, tell you why I think you should do something. It's also connected with my charitable trust. I can't really do the stuff for the trust that I do here because I end up frozen, so to speak, when I mention stuff. Well, here's what matters. If you're at home and you're trying to figure out what to do with all this great information that we give every single day and other information that is available but is not really explained, well, you join the club. And the club is going to be the place where you find out what to do. You get a very good read on what is happening at the actual moment. And we also give investment ideas, we'll give trading ideas. We're not a trading club, so to speak, but we want to show you why people are doing what they're doing. We would talk about Merck and how high you should play, and how much you should talk about Scarlett Johansson, what it means for Disney. But what we really do is put it in English. Sometimes we make it exciting, but it's all about education. It's about education and making it so that people can understand why something goes up that shouldn't, they don't think, and why something goes down that they think should have been going up. It's really good for this younger generation, the Robin Hood generation that wants so much to have fundamentals. What are fundamentals?
Jim,
why does something go up? Why is something recommended? And it's the why. And I think the why has been lacking, and the club is going to give you the why.
I've seen how cancer can affect the people I care about. That's why I'm helping protect myself against some cancers, like certain cancers caused by HPV. For most people, HPV clears on its own, but for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers. Gardasil 9 is the only vaccine that helps protect adults through age 45 against certain diseases caused by HPV, including cervical, vaginal, vulvar, anal, certain head and neck cancers, such as throat and back of mouth cancers, and genital warts. Gardasil 9 doesn't protect everyone, and does not treat cancer or HPV infection. Your doctor may recommend screening for certain HPV-related cancers. women still need routine cervical cancer screenings. You shouldn't get Gardasil 9 if you've had an allergic reaction to the vaccine, its ingredients, or are allergic to yeast. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system, are pregnant, or plan to be. The most common side effects include injection site reactions, headache, fever, nausea, dizziness, tiredness, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and sore throat. Fainting can also happen after getting Gardasil 9.